Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's extra video time. Today we'll be going over the Edit Officer mode in Dynasty Warriors 6. You can make over 100 characters, and you can change their gender from male to female, obviously. But they made some improvements to it. As far as facial features are concerned, you can change the hair, you can change the color of the hair, you can change the skin color. Hell, you can even change the facial features and add some extra things on it, like glasses or a long beard. Although the extra features like the glasses and the long beard and stuff is extra. But you could also change the build of your character, change the height and the width of your character. They could be a strong person or a skinny little guy. The same thing with a woman. You can change the build to average, to thin, to voluptuous. I don't even know why that option's there, just don't ask. And you can also make her either a thick build or a small build. It basically doesn't matter, but as far as for making them tall, it doesn't matter how you create them, it's just some downsides towards making them tall, like trying to handle terrain and stuff. But anyway, these are the armors that you can find. Well, this is most of the armors. This is an armor called the New Wa armor. Well, it's a Wa armor. And this is the Arabian armor. These are one of several armors. Oh, and then there's this armor too. These are one of several armors that has to be unlocked via downloadable content. And there's also some armors you can unlock through Officer mode. And of course, the weapons. This time around, you can't use generic officer weapons, sadly. Otherwise, it would be in others. No, wait, you can. You just have to select Shotai. Anyway, they actually made something different too. Aside from changing the males and females, you can also pick what kind of voice and the pitch of their voice, or how it's going to sound. Whatever pitch you choose is best for you. Cause let's face it, each officer is going to say the same line, will say different lines, but depending on the pitch, it's going to sound completely hilarious or repetitive. And finally, the abilities and the stats. You can change the stats to however you want. You could pick a special move if you want to. Well, doesn't matter, you're always going to start off with flames anyway, unless you pick something else. And you can also pick a card. Now, this option right here, if you have enough edit characters to do so starting off, you could pretty much manipulate a Empire's mode that easily. But the new thing in 6 actually does something that Samurai Warriors 2 Empires started to do, but 6 completely doesn't, and that is completely change your character on the fly. I've already made this character, right? Of myself. I could change his abilities to whatever I want. I could change his card. Say if I didn't like new policy, I could change it to Fangs of Wu if I wanted to. And if I didn't like his voice, I'd change it then. And if I didn't like the way he's built, I could just change that. However, you have to save that and start a new empire over again. And last but not least, the archives. Well, actually it's not last but not least because there's 2 more things. What am I thinking of? Anyway, the archives itself, oh I love the theme of the archives, has the get bonuses, the characters, the galleries, and the cards. The get bonuses will show you the objectives that I have been talking about throughout the entirety of the game. And as you can see by my bonus points, I have 11,300 bonus points. And nothing to spend it on because I bought everything in the gallery. But anyway, these are the craziest things they have. Some of the objectives include getting 1,000 KOs on horseback. Sounds simple enough, provided you get knocked off your horse most of the time. But most of the other objectives include getting 1,000 KOs without getting hit, and more importantly, beating Master and Chaos mode. You see how much bonus points you get for just beating Master in Chaos mode? But here's how much points you get for just clearing You see those scenarios? You just clear the scenarios, you get more than just beating it on Master and Chaos mode. And then there's the wallpapers, which you could buy with the bonus points. However, I bought them all, so they're not there. The same thing with outfits. You can buy all the outfits with bonus points, and you can even buy voice clips. You can't just basically run into them. You can buy all the voice clips that you have to buy all the voice clips you want to hear from the get bonuses option, and listen to them in the character options, and also view their outfits. Notice that I've got every last unlock from every character, so it really doesn't make a difference. You can view their voices and even listen to what they have to say in battle, although you'll be doing that anyway in actual gameplay. And you can also change the type of costumes. Now, some of them will change colors. Others, like Lubu, will just change to their Dynasty Warriors 4 or 5 costumes, or even Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes for that matter. Like for instance, Xiahou Dun will only change colors. And finally, we go to the gallery. The gallery has wallpapers, which you can also buy, and those wallpapers you can just look at if you want. Or if you want to take a screenshot and put it online, that's all good to you. And of course they have the movies, like the Dynasty Warriors 6, the Extreme Legends, and the Empires, and the trailer for Star Ocean. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, and here are the endings. As you can tell, just like in Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires, I almost got all of them except for the failing ending and the ending where my officer had to be at a lower rank. In officer mode. In short, you'll be playing this game a lot. And simply put, once you get all the scenarios, I don't know if you get to put your edit characters in or not. I doubt it. But, at least for the most part, you can make the funniest ending ever. And finally, cards. These are the cards that I probably showed you in the hard place. That's what it was. That was the ally card for Soren. That's why I said Soren's a pretty decent person to have on your party, because at least Soren will give you the ability to have an alliance card. That's the only alliance card in the game. Considering the hard place will force you to spend 800 gold in order to have an alliance with a force. And they have other ruler cards for you to use, as well as regular cards that you can go into battle with. And so many of these cards... Whoa, let me see, what's this one? That one has something to do with resources. There are a lot of cards that actually ups your resources, and there's also a lot of cards that can get you money. Zenji is one of my favorite cards that'll actually get you money. That's the only card that gets you money. No, actually, that is one of the many cards that'll get you money. Anyway, and there is also Calm Before the Storm. All those cards. And Great Revival. That one's one of my favorites too. And Foundation Rock, I've abused that throughout the playthrough. So with all the cards done, let's go on ahead to the last mode in the game that I actually do. I do know that it's in this game, and that's the Encyclopedia. However, 6th version of the Encyclopedia seems not as good as 5's, but at least you'll be able to see the story of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms through Jin, even though you don't get to play as Jin. Oh well. That's pretty much it for Dynasty Warriors 6. I've had fun with this game, and I will continue to play this game. And unfortunately, as for Dynasty Warriors 7, I'm going to hold off on that because Dynasty Warriors 7 has one fatal flaw that makes it from being a great game. Sorry if you hear my family in the background. But that flaw is Dynasty Warriors 7 requires Xbox Live, and my Xbox Live is being finicky. That's why I said it's going to take a while. Until then, see you guys at Mega Man X. This is RVMan985. See you guys next.